Walt Disney was just an incredibly gifted person who was a real visionary in his time. And he developed the theme park Disneyland in California in 1955. But I think perhaps his greatest achievement was the vision he had for a theme park, actually a group of theme parks in Florida called Disney World. And Walt Disney referred to his creativity as Imagineering. It's part imagination and part engineering. There's a lot of creativity in there, ingenuity, and then there's just making it all work together. Now, the heart or the center of Disney World is the theme park called Magic Kingdom. Now, Magic Kingdom was to be a place that people could go to leave their worries behind. You know, they call it a land of enchantment and fantasy. You know, a place where smiles and laughter drowned out our worries and our obligations. And you know, usually when we think about kingdoms, though, we think of some place that's ruled by a king or a queen, you know, like, I don't know, England or there are other kings and queens, but anyway. But Walt Disney envisioned a kingdom to be a state of mind. Now, in a similar way, Jesus talked often about the kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven. Now, the kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven can have many meanings, but we can think of it as more of a state of mind or a way of living as opposed to a place that we are living. You know, and God also envisioned His kingdom to be a place where people can set aside their worries, where people can set aside their differences and their hatred and their violence, a place where people can find and feel peace in their hearts that comes from Jesus Christ. Now, when Jesus was on this earthly plane, He said that the kingdom of God has come near. You know, sadly, when we think of this tragedy, that's not a strong enough word, but this tragedy in Ukraine, or even the violence in our own country, I think sometimes we forget that the kingdom of God is near. That God calls for us to work in His kingdom to expand this place of peace and love to include more people, to enable God's love to glow ever brighter in our dark and troubled world. And that's why one of our core values at Kalamo is loving God and sharing the good news. When we can focus on a relationship with Jesus and working in His kingdom, He fills our hearts with peace and joy. We become beacons of His love to those around us, growing the kingdom of God. And that's what our message is about this week, and I hope that you find it helpful. I'm your neighbor, Jerry, pastor at Kalamo Church. Have a blessed day, have a blessed week, and bye for now.